So, Wabbles has just sent me a message saying his computer has blue screened. Oh, there he goes. I'm glad you're still with me, Craig. That's comforting. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy giving.
Thanksgiving everywhere for everyone who's listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
All day. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving for Wabbles. Thanksgiving
Oh,
for
yeah.
Ska.
And
happy
even you.
Thanksgiving. Even you, listener. Are you listening to this a year from now in January? Happy Thanksgiving.
Maybe you're listening to this future Wabbles or Ska on your deathbed. Happy Thanksgiving.
This is, as everyone knows, a holiday celebrated universally by everyone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because everyone likes to have a holiday of that time the natives weren't so not nice.
That's... I mean, actually, holidays celebrating, like, the idea of, like, being thankful are very common, I think. But, yeah, specifically American Thanksgiving, maybe not as widespread as some other Americanisms.
Yeah. Definitely not, no. Because there's no point in it. It's like other countries celebrating 4th of July.
You mean you don't celebrate 4th of...
No.
We're handle this in July. Let's not even go there.
A centuries-old battle is resurrected.
Yeah, we're gonna reenact the Revolutionary War, but just with us.
I feel like my King George impression would be quite good. I just have to go insane and make my poop go purple.
Is that King George?
Yeah, the third, not the first. The fourth was really fat and had to wait to the age of like 50 before he was crowned king. So
you know what? We'll have other holidays to deal with this. Which, by the way, like, do you think they figured it out? Like,
nah.
The little thing we're doing for season 2 here.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, I mean the anniversary episode was on the 1st, so they wouldn't know any different. And then
for a quick one,
Halloween was like just one day early, so maybe they thought like, oh, that was just a special.
Right.
But yeah.
And of course, when's Canadian Thanksgiving? That's early November, right? I think that ship's long sailed. Just try include everyone.
There's only one Thanksgiving. Look. It's
they like to pretend there's different Thanksgiving, but really.
Clearly November is the best time for Thanksgiving. It's harvest, and also it's got a month to itself where it doesn't have to conflict with Halloween and Christmas.
Yep.
It's ideal.
Apart from November being like the January of the later months.
What do you mean by that?
Like, January is like the stinky month, because like November, get out of here. I want Christmas time. Frick off, November. You can go November somewhere else. So yeah, the long-term plan is to go into cryostasis between October 31st and December 1st.
Just skip the entire month.
I mean, wake up if there's snow, but you know.
But see, Thanksgiving is the day today where you wake up from your cryo sleep and you stuff yourself with food, and then you go back down until December 1st.
No.
Because our technology is not good enough yet.
There's like I've made it like 28 days, so I just stuffed my face for the last 3.
Yeah.
Maybe next year, or will be the November then. I can't. I don't remember.
Well, okay, yeah. Thanksgiving is as late as it possibly can be this year.
Right.
Because of just how the dates worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah. Should we even do follow-up, or should we go straight into the quiz? I'm thinking quiz, and then we touch on a few things.
Okay. Now we can jump into the meat of this episode.
Yeah. Let's just sink our teeth straight into this quiz.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Enough. Cease. Anyway, yes.
As this podcast's resident American, I have put together a special 5-question Thanksgiving quiz.
Oh boy. Alright.
I'll ask the questions.
Yeah.
They are all multiple choice, but with only 2 answer choices. So, you have a fair shot at just wild guesses.
Alrighty.
And let's for once, ahead of time, let's try and remember to pause.
Sorry, a firework has just gone off, and I'm just confused as to why. I hope that doesn't happen again. Oh no. Oh, okay, come here, boy. Right, we're gonna have a special guest this episode, and it's my scared dog. Oh, good. Right, there you go. He shouldn't make noise. He'll just cower.
Do British people celebrate Thanksgiving with fireworks? Is that what's happening right now?
I hope not. I hope that's not a thing that starts happening now.
You didn't have enough firework holidays, so you gotta... Okay, you know what? I'm sure it's just a fluke.
Yes.
Just one crazy guy.
It's one madman. You just,
right.
like, the background of this episode, you just hear this kind of story play out.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, like, police sirens and then gunfire.
Mm-hmm. We have to add a thing onto the end of this episode where we discuss what has occurred, because it makes big news.
Right. But,
Alright.
Alrighty. That was a odd tangent.
Right, so yeah, I'll ask the question. We'll take a moment to pause and reflect, and then you can give your answer, so that people listening can, play along.
Yep. Alrighty. Sounds good.
Number 1. What president declared Thanksgiving a federal holiday? Andrew Jackson or Abraham Lincoln?
Now, I know a lot about Lincoln. Think I know a bit about Jackson. So Lincoln was what, like, the 18th president?
Close.
16th.
Yes.
Okay. 16th president, and Jackson was the 4th? No. 4th would be... Oh, actually, I don't know.
4th would be Madison. Jackson was
Madison.
the 7th.
7th. Okay. I have a feeling... No, I think Thanksgiving would be declared around about the 7th president when they were sorting out that type of stuff. They'd fixed the financial system and, like, everything. So what holiday should we have?
Yeah, that seemed like a lower priority than some of the other things.
But maybe
they
it
had to deal
was...
with.
And, Lincoln was kind of, fighting a war, then was shot. So, I'll go Jackson.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Actually, Washington had made some proclamation about Thanksgiving, and there were, it was sort of a tradition even before him, but
Was it an
Lincoln,
official tradition?
Lincoln was the one to make it officially official.
Huh. Took you long enough.
Maybe as a thing to try and, like, boost morale, I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably. Just an excuse to it, yeah. And I guess, like, you would officially be able to take time off for it from work.
He's like, hey guys, remember when we were happy to have food and we didn't all hate each other? They were like, sounds fake. I don't know. Not buying it.
Yeah. And also, I guess if it's official, you could take time off work
Yeah.
to actually do it instead of like, yeah. But huh.
Question 2. What president changed the date of Thanksgiving from the last Thursday in November to the fourth Thursday in November? Franklin Delano Roosevelt or Woodrow Wilson?
I've heard of Roosevelt, but Wilson.
See, I didn't realize this was a thing. Because I've just sort of always known it as the fourth Thursday in November.
Yeah, that question's kind of like thrown me a bit.
But apparently it used to be the last Thursday, which is sometimes different.
Yeah, but only sometimes. Boy. I guess his thing, either president, I don't really know too much about either.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, this is American holiday. I figured, American presidents.
What were my 2 options again?
FDR and Woodrow Wilson.
Oh, man.
And I wouldn't be able to name you what presidents they are off the top of my head.
Right.
But I can tell you they're both later than Lincoln for sure.
I know the second one from Night in the Museum. I'll say Roosevelt. Roosevelt.
That is correct.
Nice.
Yeah, it's apparently it wouldn't make a difference this year because there were only 4 Thursdays this November.
Right.
But I think sometimes there can be...
If it starts on a Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, if it started on a Thursday, then Thanksgiving would be, the 4th and not the 5th.
Right.
Which would be, very late. And I'm not sure if this is, confirmed or anything, but it's rumored that this change was made as, from pressure from big stores that wanted... Because generally, the Christmas shopping season...
of course, yeah.
...starts after Thanksgiving.
So if it's at the end of the month, it gives them less time to prep.
Yeah, if it's at the later Thanksgiving is, the shorter the Christmas season is for, stores.
Which doesn't apply nowadays. They just celebrate Christmas whenever they damn please.
Right. But still, you tend to get more.
Yes, it ramps up by the end of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So they were just oh yeah, make it the 4th Thursday, and then it's we won't, get screwed by the calendar every time it's November starts on a Thursday.
Right.
Yeah. So you are 1 for 1?
Yep.
Question 3. Who was the first president to grant an official presidential pardon to a turkey? Teddy Roosevelt or Ronald Reagan?
Oh, I think I vaguely remember this. Oh, man. Roosevelt or Reagan?
You remember hearing something about this?
Yeah. Might have actually been a bit in The Simpsons as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
It has since become a tradition. So I think all the more recent presidents have pardoned their turkeys.
Right.
But
I mean, mate, which Roosevelt? Not which Roosevelt, but as in what's the guy?
Teddy or Reagan.
The guy that made the... I mean, I feel like Roosevelt started the thing of teddy bears.
I think they're named after him.
Yeah. They stuff a bear for him.
Mm-hmm. It was something like that, but I don't think he started them. I don't think he was yes, let's make
Teddy
some bears
Roosevelt
for children.
Corporation. Okay. It just so happened. But, oh, man. And then this might be the mind game of, are you trying to throw me by doing Roosevelt twice? can't remember what Reagan was known for. What did he do again? He was... Oh, man. Oh, yeah, what do you mean by, like, pardon a turkey? As in, like...
I'm not too familiar with this. It seems there's some company or something has, like, a long-standing tradition of presenting the president with its, like, finest turkey or whatever.
Right.
And one of these presidents, which I'm not going to accidentally give you hints here, gave it an official presidential pardon. So, like, I don't know. They didn't kill it and eat it, I guess.
I mean, Roosevelt did like animals. I think that was, or at least he liked hunting. So he liked animals too much. I can't remember what Reagan did. I just know people talk about him, but, like, you know.
Do you know what he did before he was president?
Think? Why?
I just wondering. I mean, you got a 50-50 shot here, so...
Yeah. But, I'm just thinking, yeah, because it might be double Roosevelt. I'll go Roosevelt.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is incorrect.
Huh.
Reagan was an actor before he was president.
Oh, yeah, of course. I remember.
And, you know, something like pardoning a turkey with your presidential powers is very showy.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
I thought you might have been able to logic that out if you could remember.
Yeah, but
also you made some good points about Teddy Roosevelt. Like, I think he did like hunting and stuff, so he probably would eat the turkey.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Ronald Reagan. Yeah, what an he wasn't like, oh, you know, sorry, it's stinky. He wasn't like, oh man, I care for this duck. He's like, lads, wouldn't it be funny? But yeah, no, I remember stuff. Yeah, I remember Reagan. I was like trying to think of his, yeah.
Yeah. I did read that Kennedy actually like spared his turkey first, but he didn't go through the trouble of like, you know, calling it a pardon.
Right. Also, what I was kind of leaning towards as well is like you talking about how a big company would do is like, oh man, that sounds like a way more, like quite a more modern thing than a,
than
like it just feels like a publicity stunt, like a bigger company would do like, around Reagan's time instead of, yeah.
The National Thanksgiving Turkey Presentation.
Huh. But yeah.
Ceremony takes place at the White House every year shortly before Thanksgiving. The National Turkey Federation. Okay, so it's a non-profit trade association. Squint. Anyways, there will be a link in the show notes if anyone's interested enough to read more about that. Now, on to question 4.
Question 4. Oh boy.
In what city is the oldest Thanksgiving Day parade held? New York City or Philadelphia?
That's an interesting point, Bees. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Actually, I feel like New York's kind of older. Like as in yeah, it's like by the like yeah. I try to remember. I don't know anything about that. But though actually, when I think about it, I think Philadelphia is like the ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, they're both pretty old. They're both on the East Coast, so.
But because I'm trying to remember, I think New York's just the big one, so I'm gonna go Philadelphia.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah, because I know, yeah, I think I know like New York's the big one, but Philadelphia's like the old one.
Yeah, the one in Philadelphia was started just a little bit before the one in New York.
Right.
But the one in New York does get a lot more publicity. Partially because it's New York City, but also because they were both sponsored by big department stores. The one in New York was, and still is, run by Macy's. And
oh yeah.
The one in Philadelphia was started by a company called Gimbals, which used to be like the big competitor to Macy's, but has since gone out of business.
Right.
And the parade is still going, but
I see.
It's not as like, as big as the New York one.
Right.
I think it's sponsored by like Dunkin' Donuts now or something.
Huh.
Anyway, you are 2 for 2, I think.
Yeah.
So
this is it.
This last question deciding whether or not you're a failure here.
Well, for me, it's like a really easy one.
American football is played on Thanksgiving. True or false?
Frick.
Your answer choices for this one are true and false.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You know what I'm thinking back to in this moment? Is all of those YouTube like sketch videos that do like those like family Thanksgiving stereotype videos. And I'm just kind of flicking through vague references of Americanisms I've heard through those. True.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's a safe bet that
kicking around
Americans
the
will play football on a day.
Of course, wait, isn't that how the whole kicking around the pigskin even started? Or
maybe?
I'm trying to think. I might have been. Because, in those videos there's always like... yeah. But,
But yeah, there's like... I think they usually make like a big deal out of it. Some Thanksgiving Day game or something.
Yeah.
I'm not the one to have more information on this question, but it felt like a good question.
You're not the spokesman for the NFL?
No, I can't say that I know very much about the NFL. Definitely not enough to be a spokesman.
Okay. But yeah, that was a good quiz.
Yes, you've gotten you got 3 out of 5. That's what, 60%?
3/5, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yes. On with the rest of the episode then, I suppose.
Is that my dog panting coming through? Hopefully not.
I don't hear it, but
it might be
maybe
faintly in the background.
Yeah.
Should we go lay down? Good boy. Good.
So last episode we talked a little bit about movies, and particularly a quote that you said caught my ear, where you said Christmas movies you're spoiled for choice, and Halloween movies your choices are spoiled. And Thanksgiving movies, your choices are Charlie Brown, Thanksgiving. That's it. That's your choice.
Oh man.
I mean, I can't really think of any other. I don't know if there are any other Thanksgiving movies.
Chicken Run? No, that wasn't. That was about chicken pie. Chicken pie.
I did watch Chicken Run not too long ago. That's a good movie.
What, you think you're an odd man? Yeah. It's that one terrible movie about that turkey that goes back in time to stop Thanksgiving. Oh, because there is a movie about that.
Thanks.
What is that? What was that called? I know it exists. Hang on. It's about a turkey that escapes from a turkey farm.
Isn't there a turkey horror movie called Thanksgiving?
I just remember the Ryan Higa video about Thanksgiving.
What was that about?
That's about Thanksgiving, but there's also quite a dramatic section about a turkey being separated from its mother.
Oh.
But like with puppets and with like, and when it's like one of those. It's quite funny because like the sketch ends and it's like this like horrific tragedy of these turkeys' lives, and then it zooms out and it's like one of those like soppy adverts they play for charity, and it's like, enjoy your Thanksgiving. But
remember when like that was like the top of YouTube? It's like funny sketch people, like, right?
Oh yeah, he was top for a while. He was the first to reach 10 million, I think. Was he? Yeah. No, wait, no, he wasn't. Did he first reach 5 million? I knew he was the big boy for a while, and then who was it? I mean, it was someone else, and then it was Smosh.
Now everything's like,
it's
like overproduced and.
Well, yeah, it goes. It's really interesting. I think PewDiePie's taken. PewDiePie's the first to reach 1.10 million, but I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think T-Series and PewDiePie are pretty much neck and neck. I think it's like 5-minute crafts.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like gaming videos can still do well, even if they're like just some guy in his bedroom or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like as far as like non-gaming videos go,
right,
the bar has been raised a bit from what it used to be. So yeah, I remember watching like really early Higa videos that were like
how to be a ninja.
Like how to ninja and stuff.
How to ninja, yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't really watched this stuff in a while.
Yeah.
Obligatory Nerd Cube reference.
But how do we get on the Thanksgiving movies?
Movies.
I guess my family will sometimes watch Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh yeah.
Or March of the Wooden Soldiers, which is like a Laurel and Hardy movie. But those are both really Christmas movies. Like, you can kind of argue that Miracle on 34th Street is a Thanksgiving movie because like the opening scene is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. But even that, like, the parade ends with like Santa, you know? It's like, ooh, there was a bork.
There was a bork. Someone's home. I'm probably gonna go shut my door because it's about to be a lot more wolfy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Wolf-proofed for the most part. But, yeah. Don't know, I'm trying to think of, yeah, because there's movies that are, like, they're Christmas movies that, like, yeah, the ending is gonna be, the beginning will probably be based around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's not, I feel like that's not really a Thanksgiving movie, you know?
Right.
It's a Christmas movie, which just starts a little bit earlier in the year.
Yeah.
To give you time to, like, ramp up. Yeah.
Maybe, at a stretch, Freaky Friday, because that was about something about being grateful for your life, or whatever they learned from that.
Yeah, I guess if anyone has good suggestions of either Thanksgiving movies or movies like that are vaguely Thanksgiving themed,
Yeah.
or just movies that you watch every Thanksgiving if you're American, yeah, I don't know, that would be interesting to see in the feedback.
Yeah, hit us up in the Discord. If you're not there already, it's in the doobly-doo.
I guess while we're talking about last episode, we should touch on a few things.
Yeah, sure. Let's do some brief follow-up.
So last time we mentioned that your country might leave the European Union
right
on Halloween, but I think before the Halloween episode even came out, that had already been delayed. Is that correct?
Yeah, to January.
Okay.
And now they're having another sorry, not referendum. They're having another general election.
Right.
Which actually could lead to another referendum.
So basically business as usual as far as Brexit news.
Yeah.
Delays, elections, delays, referendums, delays.
Yeah, but anyway, you never know.
Yeah, so I guess just we left it so like open-ended because we didn't know when we recorded last episode what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it was like, for all we know, by the time this comes out, you may have Brexited. But now we know. You haven't. And yeah, if you do, we'll be sure to mention it. But
yeah, still waiting on that. Probably could make the most of it. Like, I don't know, go on the Eurostar, go to Paris. Yeah, actually, if you move permanently somewhere, they're not. They can't. You know, it's not going to get a Brexit discussion. But in theory, I could move to Europe and be fine. I would just have to go back to the embassy every so often.
Right. Yeah. But that would be a big commitment.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I could probably move to Europe and be fine as well. But that's not really the point.
Funny if it is delayed enough either until I finish school or even until that's what, another 4 to 6 years. Oh boy.
Until you finish school.
Yeah. Okay. Or 3 to 6 years even.
Yeah.
Depending on if I do stuff afterwards. But yeah. I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get more news on that someday.
January.
Even if the news is that it's just become an annual tradition, like the Thanksgiving turkey presentation or whatever.
23rd of July. 26th of July. It's when the referendum happened. We could have a national holiday.
A Brexit extension ceremony.
Yeah. Where they unlawfully tricked the Queen into a speech. There's people who aren't keeping up with Brexit have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
And, yeah, let's spare those people. I'm also gonna spare them of trying to pronounce this word again, because we actually got some feedback on that. The fear of Halloween, the word which means fear of Halloween.
Mm-hmm. It's on screen now.
Well,
that one.
Okay, maybe I can slip that in as like a chapter image or something for the listeners who aren't
for the listeners.
Watching.
Or just close your eyes and just think really hard about it.
Yeah, I was told what the correct pronunciation of this word is, but I don't remember, and now I'm afraid I'm just gonna say it wrong again. So we just won't.
Yeah.
Something that we didn't hear feedback on, but that I noticed while we were editing, I think I mentioned the word apocalypse, and you said something about it being like a place.
Yeah, I was thinking more Armageddon, but yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just like, yeah, it was a quick exchange. But just in case anyone in the future, hears that and gives us a hard time about it, it's like,
Yeah, we know it's a mountain or a large hill in Israel.
Yeah, Armageddon is the large hill. That's like a biblical place.
Yeah.
That is in Israel. Apocalypse, I think, has like Greek roots, but it's not a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that still even comes from Revelations.
Maybe.
Because it means
horsemen of. Yeah.
I think it means like end of time or something, which would make sense if it was in Greek or Hebrew. But yeah, there we go.
The complete and final destruction of the world as described in the biblical book of Revelation.
Should we move on to the main course, if you will?
Sure. The main course.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm. I already have used the meat joke, so I had to do a quick substitute, like a good chef always does.
It's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I suppose the two main themes of Thanksgiving, if you will,
thanking and giving.
Or thanking and giving, yes. No, genocide aside, it's, generally thankfulness and food. So that's what people celebrate on Thanksgiving, being grateful and having food.
Which are funnily enough not mutually exclusive events.
Yeah.
Which work quite well.
So, I don't really know what to say here. I hadn't really thought about this, but maybe you have an answer. Do you know what you are thankful for, Wabbles, this year, perhaps, or just in general?
Ooh. I'll list, I think for time's sake probably I'll just list 3.
Sure.
But I'd say, I think, friends and family is like one group.
Right.
I'll group that together. I guess provision and the not death.
That's your food shelter group.
And the fact I'm vaccinated. That's yeah. Or I guess I'm thankful that there is infrastructure so that my medical needs are sort of taken care of. That's nice.
That is, yeah. Not everyone has that. Even, a good number of Americans I know.
Oh, you know. Uh-oh.
Do I have healthcare? Actually, I don't think I do anymore. That aside, yeah, I guess coming to my mind right now, I guess I'm most grateful for the people in my life. Friends and family in person, but also many of our friends on Discord and the like. But yeah, you basically nailed it there, I think, with friends, family, food, shelter. These are all good things to be thankful for.
Yes.
If anyone has more specific, situations, maybe not even the most high level thankfulness items such as these, but if you just had a really good teacher this year, or had found something on the ground or something, feel free to share those in the feedback. This is our more serious, appreciative section here.
Right, if this was r/ask Reddit, it would have the serious tag.
Right. This is wholesome thankfulness. Be nice to each other. Don't, bully people for their being grateful for getting a good draft in Magic the Gathering or whatever.
Or getting a victory royale.
Right. They're thankful for their chicken dinners.
Oh man, using the proper lingo. Wow.
This should be turkey dinners on Thanksgiving. That would be.
Yeah, they should be.
The best,
Come on, Battlegrounds. Come on, man. Get your stuff together.
I mean, that just makes sense for like a seasonal.
Right.
I don't know if it's worth it to do for just one day, but
yeah. You could do it for like a week.
Yeah.
Get people in the thankfulness mood.
The Thanksgiving spirit.
Mm-hmm. It's the thankful season. To be happy and grateful. It doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
Have you ever had like a Thanksgiving dinner?
No.
Or like the equivalent of like the foods, the same general foods.
Oh right, I've had like pumpkin pie and stuff.
Okay.
Or pecan pie. Pecan pie. Pecans are pretty good nuts in general, but I can't. It's November, so.
You say pecans?
Pecan, yeah. Peacan, yeah.
Pecan.
Not pecan. It's not. This isn't Star Trek.
I would say pecan, but I've also the only alternative I've ever heard someone say is pecan.
Well, yeah.
But you say pecan, and there's a subtle difference there.
Pecan. Oh no. Wait, what do I know? No, I would normally say. Well, I would switch between pecan and pecan.
Yeah, you just
as in if I was saying it in a more, I don't know why I said pecan, but as in if I was saying it in a more fuller sentence, I probably would say. Cause, that's
pecan. You would say pecan then. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'd say pecan. Stop it.
You're right. See, that's why I'm glad this came up in a situation where you just said it,
right?
Without thinking about it, because I feel like that's always hard.
Right, but yeah, pecan, man. Yeah,
I would say pecan pie. I don't know. Pecan sounds gross to me.
Pecan sounds gross to me.
Well, okay, but it doesn't sound like you're peeing in a can.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like you're picking in an arm.
That doesn't make any sense. I was wondering about this, though, because someone brought this up the other day, but I don't believe you were there for this conversation. So
probably not.
How would you say this word?
Blueberry scone.
Scone. Okay. Not scone.
No, because I'm not from Devon, some kind of peasant. Talk to an Englishman about his scones, and you'll.
I say scone, so that's fine with me.
Yeah, I'll catch it up. Yeah, it just depends which order you put the cream and jam on.
Mm-hmm. We don't have a lot of these in America,
right?
But, as I am a fancy boy who will sometimes be in a coffee shop where they do have them, and then actually get them and eat them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say scone.
Right, it's the magic key.
I don't know what the American pronunciation of this word is, because I don't think it's
really. Well, the alternate is scone.
Used. The what is scone?
The alternate is scone.
Yeah, I've heard people say that.
But like, is it like a biscuit? Wait.
It's like some kind of bread pastry thing. It's
Right.
not the same.
It's not. No, it's not the
texture
same
as-
as a biscuit. A biscuit for you is like, it's similar to a scone, but a
Kind
scone
of.
has
Sort of a different texture.
it's different texture. I think scones have. I forgot the name of that. It might be bicarb, and it's an additive, so they're more puffy.
Hmm.
I think on our biscuit is biscuit more like bread like or
I guess.
yeah.
I mean,
'Cause-
biscuits, I also think of them as different things, because I always think of scones as, like, more like pastries, kind of, in the sense that, like, you can just eat them by themselves and they're good. Whereas,
Right.
like, biscuits, you want to put, like, butter or jelly or, like, you can also use a biscuit in place of, like a bun for, like, sandwiches,
Right.
which I can't imagine you...
No. The only reason I kind of know about
use a scone
biscuits is
for.
because this like the episode of The Office where Michael gets a bacon and egg biscuit. But yeah, yeah, you can have a scone on its own. It would be quite dry, but
Well, do you normally have... Would you have, like, a bacon and egg scone?
no, definitely not. They're
was
they're
gonna
more
say, that
sweet.
sounds-
I think they put sugar in them, or they if you get fancy ones, I think they're glazed as well.
Right. That's my idea of them as well. So
Yeah, but
that's good.
I feel like if maybe, well, I would eat them on my own. They're just quite dry, I find. I guess depends which ones you get, but you know,
So what would you put on them?
maybe just butter.
Hmm.
And if it is available, I would go for a cheeky bit of cream and jam instead of double cream, so it doesn't
Interesting.
like pour over all of the.
We've derailed, but I feel like that's good for a podcast, you know.
Mm-hmm. We started, yeah. But the main thing over here about scones is which order you put the cream and jam on.
Oh, is that where
Yeah, that's
the scone discourse lies?
yeah. The pronunciation is only the tip of the iceberg. It's mainly more prominent in Cornwall and Devon, which are two counties right next to each other that, openly compete anything they can.
Mhm.
So, I don't want to mess up the order. I think Cornish is cream then jam, and Devonish is jam then cream. I might have to double check that, but yeah.
Are you just pouring cream on your bread
So-
product?
No, it's double cream, so it's like at a stage between like the pouring cream, but not whipped cream. Like it's like the halfway point between cream and butter.
Hmm.
So it's like actually like, but not like whipped
Spreadable.
cream where it's fluffy. It's like
Okay.
but
Yeah,
it
I
tastes
don't
like
think I've
pouring cream.
ever-
It's
I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen that.
yeah, it's normally a bit more expensive because it's a longer process. But yeah.
But regardless, those are not traditional Thanksgiving foods.
I've never really had turkey meat before, I don't think.
Really? Like at all?
Yeah. Well, no, I think I've had turkey meat, but I don't think but like not in the sense of like a big roast dinner. Like I've had it like in other things.
Like as a sandwich or whatever. but
Yeah,
not
as ham or
Yeah.
I think I've had it in like a curry or something before. Yeah, but I haven't had it as in on its own or like with gravy or something.
Mm.
In the
And so you probably haven't had like stuffing?
Oh no, I've
Or-
had stuffing. We have chicken.
Oh,
Or
okay.
if you're fancy rich boy, you have goose, but I don't know. I don't think I actually know people that have goose, but that's if you have like a large party coming to your house.
Mm-hmm.
You get,
That feels
but yeah,
very English somehow.
Yeah, it does. Or some people get pheasant.
Yeah.
My family normally has, I think, I mean, sometimes for symbolic reasons, we have lamb, but for the mostly we have pork, because you get crackling, which is like pork scrapings. I think I tried to explain this to someone one time. They didn't know what I was talking about. Do you know like pork scrapings or like crackling?
No, but I didn't eat a lot of like pork growing up, so
It's basically the pig skin, all the fat underneath it heats up, and then it like kind of like hardens. So it's essentially like pig jerky, I guess. And yeah, the skin of the like the outer like flat the skin becomes like really tough, and it's quite nice because human like fat, yum. But
yeah.
Why do you find it interesting? And when we don't have stuffing in the chicken and we have pork, we will just put stuffing on the side. I know. But I think we've decided, I think it was between pork and beef. We decided to go for pork. Because, applesauce. It was, I've just, not really had turkey meat for Christmas dinner or, actually, at school I think I've had turkey. My school does a Christmas dinner every year. I think I've had turkey then. I think, yeah.
But it's kind of strange. It's like I feel like the only time of year that I do have turkey meat like that is Thanksgiving. But it's like, I can see that you wouldn't, because it's not really a thing that we make any other time of year.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool. Turkey is good, I guess. I tend to like other like side things like stuffing and cranberry and sweet potatoes, things like that.
You don't have Yorkshire puddings, and that upsets me.
No. Is that like
so
like a meat blood thing?
No, that's black pudding. Those are a breakfast food. But a Yorkshire pudding, so a British pancake is essentially an American pancake, but you take out the bicarb.
Okay.
Alright. Now imagine that, but instead of frying it, you put it in, like, there's like muffin trays. It's kind of similar to that. I think you can get specialized ones, but how you do it traditionally is you get that, and then you put the mixture in, and then you put oil so it separates the water. So as it bakes, it makes this perfect little like dome, like little cup.
Wait, are you talking about like bread pudding?
Maybe. Oh no, bread. Because Yorkshire puddings you have with the main dish, but bread pudding is that's. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of bread and butter pudding. Hang on. let me quickly.
I've had bread pudding before. It's like, it's not like a normal American thing. But I have had that before, and that's good. If that's what you're thinking.
They look like that.
Oh. Weird. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Huh. But what oh man, okay, just not looking at those. We normally have it with but yeah, you would have those, and then what I like to do is fill them up with gravy. So then when you cut into them, with like it
like goes down and absorbs it all.
Yeah. And then have that with a bit of meat, and that's really good. We also have like roast potatoes as well.
Yeah, that's
quite nice.
I feel like that you could see at a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
More likely like mashed potatoes and stuff, but roast potatoes as well.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think like sitting at a table looking at a plate. What would be there?
Have you ever had cranberry?
Yeah, I've had cranberry sauce.
Okay.
Like with other things, but yeah, also at the aforementioned school meal, they have a thing of cranberry sauce.
Yeah, it'll come in like
most years.
Either like the thing with the berries or just like jelly where it comes in just like a slice of. Like,
oh no, it was
cranberry.
like an actual bowl of
with the berries and stuff.
Mushed up cranberries.
Yeah. There's two different.
Yeah, I think I've seen
I like both of them.
The slab of cranberry. But yeah, that's cool.
All right. Well, I'm starving now, so
yes.
Should we move on to another topic, or?
Yeah, sure. Oh, we can talk about different desserts more in the next month. I have a few more things, but I feel like they're more.
Sure. Yeah, we can resume this conversation. Closer to Christmas.
Yep. Alrighty. So, there is also another thing that goes on over here during November.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the time to celebrate that a bunch of I apologize to any viewers that are offended by these next few words, but bonkers Catholic men who are like, you know what would be a funny idea? If we blow up the Houses of Parliament. So when we blow up Chinese rockets in our back gardens. And it I didn't really celebrate it this year. It's the first year I haven't gone to like any event. Because either I've gone to the past few years a family friend has always hosted it. But then they were like, this is too much not like too much effort, but they were like, they kind of just stopped doing it after a while because they were like, oh man, it's getting expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So the past few years we've just gone to the school event. But this year just stuff has popped up, so we just haven't been able to really do much. It's Guy Fawkes, like it's meant to be Guy Fawkes night, but it's more so Guy Fawkes week because it's normally on a weekday, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah.
When is Guy Fawkes Day?
Remember the 5th November.
5th of November, that's right. Yeah, I'd forgotten.
Yeah, well, you didn't remember.
It didn't. Well, you said it twice, and so it canceled the first one out. It was.
I see. Right.
There's some logic to that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I guess this might be a year's worth of follow-up of a fact I might have got slightly wrong. So, as I said they were rolling it like down the side of the Thames. What they actually did is they actually rented out a house that was right next to the Houses of Parliament, and then they just kind of dug away into the cellar and then smuggled the gunpowder through other means just into the house. And Guy Fawkes, he wasn't actually the planner, he was actually just the perpetrator. He was literally just the guy everyone was like, hey, could you just go do this for us?
Right.
So he didn't do anything, he was just caught. Oh yeah, during the hanging, drawing, and quartering, where, you're dragged through the streets by horses, then you're almost hung to death, and then you're cut open, and then they burn your entrails whilst you bleed out slowly.
Right.
But what they also would do is that they remove your head and limbs, and they put the heads on the Tower of London and Tower Bridge, and they kind of just, they would send the body parts around like a tour of England. It's like a demonstration. That's what happens if you are treasonous.
Look up there, Timmy. That's a traitor's arm.
Yeah. But apparently, according to folk traditional non-history, Guy Fawkes actually, whilst he was being hung, he jumped off the stocks, or not the stock, like the thing you stand on whilst you're being hung. He jumped off it, killing himself quickly. So he didn't have to, do the whole... Oh, and also if you're a male, before they took off all your limbs and cut you open, they would also remove your manhood.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, yeah. But, yeah. It's a bit more interesting when you have a year's worth of a year's worth to go back and do follow up. But yeah, it's an interesting story. Still kind of
pleasant imagery.
Yes, it was meant to be. Yeah, I think they did it. Who was the James the second? It was a James. It was one of the Jameses.
Those pesky Jameses.
Yeah, because it was during. Yeah, it was after Mary and Elizabeth, where, back when Protestants and Catholics didn't get along well. And yeah, I don't know. But it's still weird that we celebrate this. Like the more I thought about it over the years, I think I said,
yeah.
Last time I was like, I just kind of accepted it.
Yeah.
But I think it was just declared a holiday as like,
It's like a reminder.
Yeah, like it's like just like no more Catholic uprising, you pesky Pope.
Yeah, I feel like that's the Catholic Protestant thing is really what it's about. That's weird.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah, just like in the, in the politics, somehow in holidays and traditions, you seem to have outdone Americans again. Our, propagandized Thanksgiving holiday where we talk about, pilgrims and Native Americans sharing their harvests and being best buds. Somehow less weird than
the horrific execution of 7 conspirators. Or was it 10? No, it was 7.
It's like,
to be fair, I don't blame the guy who started the whole thing because of the rules that were put on the Catholics. Actually, even afterwards, the Catholics were even further, like the rules got even harsher. So before, it was very limited what land they could own. But after the whole... after the whole Guy Fawkes gate, they just banned them from owning property in the, at all.
Right. Because that was the problem there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
not sure that was the best way to handle that.
Yeah, because in the first place they were like, if they found out you were Catholic, they would make you so I think they'd swear under oath. So they would find you, then they would brand you, so they knew that if they saw you again, they'd make you swear under oath, and then if you didn't, you'd be branded, and then if you still didn't swear under oath, you're thrown in jail or then killed. It's like, ooh. Ah.
Yeah. And that's why, not that specifically, but just the general religious oppression. That's why you get pilgrims and Thanksgiving.
Yes, that is actually why. That is all to do with the fallout. It's all to do with the same. It's all to do with Henry VIII giving the middle finger to Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's wonderful. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing? Question.
Right. Also, I do like the mild Dutch hate as well from the Pilgrims, because they moved to the Netherlands and then they were like, you know what, I don't like my kids speaking Dutch, so you know what we're gonna do? We're going to sail halfway across the world.
Right, they were like, at first they were like, where's the closest place where my religion won't be persecuted? They were like, the Netherlands. And then they were like, I don't want my kid to grow up being Dutch. I'm out. And then just sails halfway across the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they got fed up because some kids knew Dutch better than they knew English.
Mm-hmm.
So frick that noise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it is interesting how we celebrate 2 events that were around the same-ish time. What? I guess actually, yeah, they would have been.
I am going to make no claims to know the timelines of such things.
Because I know, well, they would have to be in the 1600, well, between the 15. Because Guy Fawkes Night was 1606. Even actually, they started planning it in 1604, which I think is quite interesting. It took them 2 years to be like, so basically, they go bye-bye. And Pilgrims to America. That was also the 1600s. 1615? Either way, a lot of people died.
It says here, Thanksgiving services were routine in what became the Commonwealth of Virginia as early as 1607.
Oh, wow. So, like, not that far off each other.
Yeah.
Huh. I was gonna say, yeah, actually, 1606, that's when, like, 50% of the population, of the Pilgrims' populations just completely died, from the cold and bitterness.
That makes sense.
50%? I think it was a very, very large percentage of people died.
Yeah. I think,
the winter before.
Yeah, I think that's right. And, like, yeah, the year after, they're just like, we should really appreciate what we have. Because,
Yeah.
Half of us could be dead next year.
Yeah. And, your kind, friendly, native friends were like, we're nomadic, but here's how you farm. Huh.
So, game section?
Sure. This is, I guess, the dessert. The last episode, it would have been, like, dark chocolate.
That was the main course. Yes, this is the dessert.
Yeah. But I say last episode,
Oh, what, Halloween? It would have been... Yeah.
Yeah. It would have
been when you get home and you dump your bag of candy on the floor and then you sort it into piles.
Yeah.
And you make trades with the candies you don't like.
Right.
It's an important part of Halloween, but...
Yeah.
But here, it's just, in Thanksgiving land, it's just when you have defeated all of your food on your plate, and you're going to get some pumpkin pie.
And then you collapse in food coma, and they have to call an ambulance. But yeah, yeah, gaming.
So
what is? Oh, yep.
Yeah, you stumbled into an interesting field here.
Yes.
We were making a custom magic set.
Yeah, for our group of online pals.
Yeah, and some of the land cards in the set were based on Minecraft biomes.
Yes.
And
I was
you were
employed.
Right. Well, okay. On magic cards, there's a little, like, name at the bottom that is,
I was paid in exposure.
The artist's name of the artist who drew the card. And you were like, hey, I could get some credit on some of these cards if I take some pictures, some screenshots.
In Minecraft.
But you got really into it, and I was appreciating your methods. Do you wanna?
Especially one where my client was particularly picky about their specifications. So I spent from about probably like 8 o'clock to midnight going around adjusting video settings and shaders. But the cave one was particularly tricky. But that was the only one I had to do large-scale fakery. I mean, a couple of other ones I did some, like, fancy lighting. I think the most one I'm proud about the lighting is the Stronghold.
Yeah.
Where I did the thing where I stood in front. Actually, if I got pistons, I think I could be able to make myself stand inside a block of glass, and was able to do some sneaky lighting tricks. But
Right.
yeah, I did end up going for getting really into it by the end.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, you had some shaders on and you had some other things, but yeah, my favorite thing about that was just like you took a picture looking through some glass at some point.
Yeah, that was the Stronghold one to try and get it to.
But you had lighting that you were doing like in game.
Yeah.
To try and get the shadows in the right way and stuff. Like.
Yeah. For trees, I wanted to. So for the swamp biome, I wanted to really bring out the trees against the dark green.
Mm-hmm.
So I put some redstone torches behind it, and it gave them kind of like a subtle glow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also put some other blocks in there, so it looked more swampy instead of just a plains that happens to be on the water.
Right.
But yeah, that was all well and good. But yeah, I quite like photography in real life, so it was quite nice doing it in Minecraft.
Yeah, I just enjoyed your Minecraft photography pro
Right.
strats.
Yes. I've been using lots of different commands to set the time specifically.
Right. Yeah, you have a certain time of day. You can like arrange.
One of them I had to do
the sunflowers in that one.
I had to the command to change the weather, and then take it at the perfect where the sky was at the perfect shade of grey.
Oh, like halfway between the.
Yeah, because otherwise it was either too light or too dark, and the snow was too thick. It was for a tundra biome,
Right.
so I was able to get it perfect.
Yeah.
Where the snow was subtle. But yeah, that was fun.
We'll have to include some of those pictures in the show
Oh,
notes
yeah.
if we can.
I think I have some old photos of the old MBP HQ from the old Minecraft server. Old Minecraft server. Remember, I took those with shaders. Those are quite epic.
Oh yeah, we've had those in the show notes in the past, but.
I have. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we did.
But.
But yeah.
Be interesting to see these. And didn't you have a screenshot or two of all the stuff, like behind the camera stuff?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But they're in the show notes as well.
You can find those. Yeah. The making of photos.
I have another behind the scenes one I didn't actually use.
Mm-hmm.
I might go find the world and actually see if I can find, because I don't think I got. There's a few I didn't actually get. So
yeah.
I'll look back and see.
Sure. We don't need all of them but yeah, if we can include a few of those, I feel like I found it really interesting and maybe some other people would.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is there something you want to talk about?
So talking of magic, I've wanted to get back into it, but I feel like it might be too daunting at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
No, jumping back head first. So I've tried to wean myself onto strategic, tactical trading card games. So I've started playing Hearthstone, which is Magic Light.
Yeah.
Which doesn't have like as much depth, but it still has in-depth it has depth.
Yeah. It is, I think, the best Magic clone out there from what I've seen.
Sure. But yeah, it's been interesting so far.
Mm-hmm.
And currently assembling a deck at MTG Arena.
Yeah.
But working on a deck at the moment. But yeah, it's an interesting experience trying to get back into card games.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, Hearthstone's interesting. It's like it is a little different in that like you get the mana based on like the turn and not like something that you have to draw
Right.
So you have a little bit more of a guarantee, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, it means games are slightly quicker because you can get an end game card, but you don't need to rely on getting. You don't need to worry about getting an end game amount of mana.
Right, because it's gonna come eventually.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a good fun. I haven't actually played any online matches yet. It's just
Playing against bots or
yeah, but the bots are still pretty challenging, especially in like a campaign mode they're doing now.
Yeah.
And that's been interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
a bit like a palate cleanser or a palate readjuster. Just getting my
getting your brain to like work with like how things work in that game as opposed to Magic.
Yeah, that might be the hard way, is designing decks around mana cost, not how well things work together, or more so how I could use something late game instead of,
Right. Yeah. Different strategies, I'm sure, but
yeah.
But I would bet it's much more put together than Arena is at the moment.
Yeah, it's been out for a few more years.
Yeah, like the user interface on Arena is still pretty rough.
Yeah.
I would say like I kind of feel like Hearthstone is only as popular as it is because there was no good online Magic until recently. Like there was no good digital form of Magic the Gathering. It was always just
they've all kind of
paper,
been stinky
cards.
Or there have been actual games, but they've been that's like the cousin you don't really think to talk about.
Right. Yeah, they weren't.
So I was watching a video back
the kind
in
of thing that people wanted
before MTG Arena came out, and it was someone comparing Hearthstone to Magic the Gathering, and they said Magic the Gathering, the game itself, to Hearthstone is like comparing, a monster truck to a 4x4 SUV. Like as in the same car, just one's revved up to the max, and the other one's a nice cruise. But then I think they did. But in terms of in terms of the MTG software to the Hearthstone game, it's like a toddler to a wrestler.
Right.
But yeah, that was like the old Magic games that weren't that good. But I feel like this one has ground.
Yeah, Arena has potential, and they've set it up in such a way that like they're just gonna keep improving it, and a few years from now it'll be just as good or better than Hearthstone as far as the system. I'm sure, but yeah, it is interesting. Like Wizards of the Coast had such a lead on everyone in terms of like strategy card games, and they still do in like terms of like tangible cards, but there was an opening for like digital games, and Hearthstone took it.
But while I was playing Hearthstone, I was just thinking, like, I thought, I'd try fully immerse myself in. So I installed the mobile app, which was... It's not the best. I don't know, it just feels like the interface works way better on PC. Because on mobile, you can't just look at the cards in your hand because the screen's too small. You have to tap on it once to look at it, and then you drag it. Whereas, I forgot which game did it. I know another game has done it where you can drag it. As you drag it, it expands, so you can kind of see it. Because what would happen is, my intuition would be to hold the card to look at it. But it's actually just a tap system. So it would do the thing where, like, it would kind of jitter in and out of being seen and not. I was like, what's going on? There's probably a setting for that, but yeah. But, it's kind of gotten me back into mobile games in a sense, which is a kind of a long discussed topic on the MBP.
Right.
It's got me back into like small, enjoyable puzzle games. I played a lot of Minesweeper, but yeah, I know it's been interesting. I've been playing a fun game called whenever I get an advert and the game looks somewhat interesting, and the advert itself isn't trying to sell me the game in a dumb, scummy way. Oh, like, oh, okay, I want to check that out. So
yeah, that is a fun game of like, I'm actually gonna click on some advertisements and
Yeah.
see if I can find a cool game.
yeah, I think so far I'm playing a game where you go. Maybe I uninstalled it. Earlier I was playing a game where you play as like a hammer or pickaxe, but you basically are mining and you get money, and then you can get upgrades for your pickaxe with the money. But I don't know. It's been an interesting experience. So I have like the 3 main backup games on my phone, which are the 4. The 4 I stick to, which are 5. 5 I stick to.
The Spanish Inquisition.
The 5 games. So it's Free Flow, Battle of Polytopia, Stickman Swing, Stickman Drive. Maybe it was just 4. Oh, and Alto's Odyssey. Which is just all very well designed games. So if I need like a palate cleanser.
Here I thought you were gonna say Card Wars.
Oh man, I haven't actually played that game in a while. I might actually still try play it again, but
Yeah, I might download it.
that'd be going
Maybe
the
we
very
play against
base
each
level
other.
card strategy game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a interesting journey going back into the world of mobile games. Actually, I picked up Alto's Odyssey after I did that episode of Two Tims Talking, which is
Oh yeah. You hadn't played it before then?
No, just my co-host mentioned it, so I actually checked it out after the fact, and yeah. Stickman Swing, I started playing, and it's one of those games where it's like randomly generated levels. So I was like, oh, this is a dumb game. So 1,000 levels later, it's alright. And I've come this far, and I don't want to uninstall it because I've put a lot of probably too much time into this game. Battle of Polytopia is just a fun little strategy game. Don't really play it that much, but I do enjoy playing it occasionally. Free Flow is just a good puzzle game, and Stickman Drive is good if I want to let out some frustration by murdering a poor Stickman.
Yeah.
But you know, it's been an interesting experience getting back into mobile gaming, especially since getting back to school and stuff. I've had a lot more just commute time.
Right.
Where sometimes I do just entertain my own thoughts, but other times I'm like, I'm too tired to think. Let me just throw some garbage I saw in an advert one time and play it.
It sounds like you've moved on from Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah, I've yeah, don't need it anymore.
Played that just enough so we could talk about it, and that was enough.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. It's spent. But yeah.
Well, I think I need to go eat something.
Yes.
Hopefully everyone listening to this is getting ready for dinner or whatever meal, whatever time of day it is.
Tea.
Yeah.
11s.
Supper. Second breakfast.
Brunch.
Dinner. Supper.
Afternoon tea. Midnight snack.
Wabbles, I will see you on Christmas.
Yes. And until then, have a very thankful day. Oh, and also, if you're expecting a chapter name after this, then you'd be very wrong, my friend.
Yep.
Very, very wrong.
Sorry to disappoint. We have no book club meeting this month.
Yeah. So,